Hey guys, welcome to Crypto Mining Insider. I hope everyone's having a great day. I know I am. Have you seen Bitcoin has actually rallied up and punched through that 28,000 boundary? So that is really epic in my opinion because it's actually pulling a lot of the other coins up. And hopefully this rally continues. I know a lot of people have a lot of concerns with the market and it seems like it's driving a lot of influx of cash into crypto. So hopefully this is the beginning of something that's sustainable in the long term. But aside from that, I got some great news for you. I actually just got a couple of new boxes from the team over at Coin Mining Central. They've been a long-time sponsor of my channel, and I really appreciate them. And what did they send me today? Well, beginning with, as you can see, this is actually a new miner. It's a new mini miner, but you can't tell from the box because all these new box 2 miners from Goldshell, they look identical. This is actually a brand new Goldshell MiniDoge version 2. So this actually has the 2 power modes, the high power and the low power mode. And you can see too, it's powered by 2 6-pins as well as a RJ45 via Ethernet. And these units run super quiet and can easily be run in the home. And I'm going to be testing that out today. But actually I have a surprise. I'm going to get into that in a minute. And what else did they send me? This is a Goldshell power supply. So if you need a power supply unit, if you don't have a server or an ATX power supply to power it, you can actually get the power supplies units from them too. And this unit actually looks just like the type of power supply that will be strapped onto the side of an ASIC miner. I wonder what else they use this for. But this has 4 of the 6-pin adapters on it. So you would normally just plug 2 of these into the back of here. And then you have 2 more in case you want to plug in even another miner. So that's right, I believe with this unit, I could plug in maybe 2 of these MiniDoge 2s, maybe a KD Box 2 and a MiniDoge 2. So it's really great. So normally too, the only difference from the noise factor would be mainly coming from whatever power supply unit you'll be using. So what is my big surprise for today? I actually got some insider info that I can use this MiniDoge 2 on NICEHAsh. That's right, so I can mine coins like LITECOIN, I can mine Dogecoin, and a bunch of other coins that's supported by the script algorithm and be paid out directly in NICEHAsh in Bitcoin. And that's what I'm really looking forward to test. If you enjoy this content, please remember to give me that thumbs up and don't forget to press down on that subscribe button. I really appreciate it. So I went ahead and plugged in this miner. I plugged in the 2 6-pins and the RJ45, the Ethernet cord, and that's all it took. Once I did that, I used the power supply that they sent me, and this is actually the Goldshell power supply. But what I'm really amazed with is how quiet they are. Normally too, the miners can be quiet, except when they start them up, you'll hear them roar. But seeing a power supply that's equally as quiet, it's got me kind of really blown away. Let's see. Right next to the miner, I was only at about 47 decibels, so it even gets quieter than that once you move a foot or 2 away, but I'm very, very impressed by this power supply. I'll be putting the links, I guess, for the numbers of it down below, so if you're interested in a power supply, this one definitely seems to be a winner, at least as far as the noise. Plus it has an on-off switch, and a lot of the power supplies don't have that, like the Bitmains I have. But this miner is up and running, and I am mining script algorithm, which would include coins like LITECOIN and Dogecoin and a bunch of others. To get an idea on the profitability of this miner, I'm going to be referring to ASICMinerValue.com, and I already have it filtered out by the most efficient script miners on the market today. At the top, of course, you have the ANTMINER L7s. Those are the large industrial powerhouse ASIC miners. And they're very profitable, but they're very expensive miners, and you need special infrastructure to run them. Beneath that, we have the LT Lite, and that's kind of in between, I'm going to say, a home miner and an industrial miner, in the sense that it has high wattage consumption too. But right there, we have the MiniDoge 2, and currently it has 12 cents a day is what it will be profiting. After 10 cents a kilowatt hour is the electric cost. And current time of recording is March 22nd of 2023. And I highly encourage you, before you invest in any mining equipment, definitely do your own research and go to calculators like this. Plug in what is your electricity, and you can get some ideas at least of what the profitability of a miner like this would be. To look at the specifications for this miner, I'm going to be referring to the Coin Mining Central website. Coin Mining Central is a global distributor of quality ASIC miners, and they carry one of the largest variety of ASICs I've seen anybody carry. Everything from the small home mini ASIC miners all the way up to the large scale industrial, and really everything in between. Even looking across some of their most profitable miners that they're carrying right now, they have like the K7, which I have and I love that miner. There's the new Handshake 3 miner, the new D9 Dash miner, the KA3 Cadena miner. I also have that miner and I love it. And this is one I actually have my eye on. This is the new E9 miner. This is a new Ethereum Classic, and it's 3,780 megahash, so almost 4 gigahash on that miner. But they're selling this miner actually at a pretty good price, especially compared to Bitmain. Here we have the Goldshell MiniDoge 2 Doge miner, mining 420 megahash of script algorithm, which includes coins like Dogecoin and LITECOIN. And I love the new look. It's very classy, these new black miners. And this miner does not include the power supply. If you wanted to click the power supply option, that's available for an additional charge. But they're selling this miner for $731.21. And that's before you take off my 100-pound discount code. If you figure that in, this miner would be about $611 delivered to your door. But let's look at the specs of this miner. So this miner is the latest generation Dogecoin home miner. The MiniDoge 2 runs on the script algorithm with a maximum hash rate of 420 megahash for a power consumption of 400 watts. The MiniDoge 2 is your latest generation Doge miner, complete with efficient mining, and it provides a low power consumption mode and a high hash rate mode. And that's one thing I love about this new generation of Goldshell miners. They have a high hash rate, so if we're in a bull run, we want to get the most high hash rate out of these miners we can, even if we're sacrificing efficiency. However, in times like now, where we're in kind of a bear market, you want the more efficient because that's your better chance to be more profitable. So the default hash rate is 420 at 400 watts. Low power mode is 335 megahash, but only using 260 watts. So that's really good. It says the miner is only 35 decibels, and you can see here there's a list of all the different coins that it mines. I'll be putting a link down below if you're interested in this miner. Other points I just want to talk about Coin Mining Central is they actually have a 100-pound weekly giveaway of Bitcoin. So they're going to be giving away 100 GBP worth of Bitcoin every week, which is worth about $120. They're going to be doing this for 10 weeks total, and they started a couple of weeks ago. But you still got some time to participate, and if you want a chance to win it, no purchase necessary. And they're doing it on their Twitter and Instagram accounts. And I'll be putting links down below. And good luck on winning. Configuring a miner like this is really easy once you know the IP address. To look at the IP address, you can either use an advanced IP scanner, or you can just go to your routing table, which is generally 192.168.1.1. And once you log in there, you should be able to find the miner in the list. And you have the IP address. You plug that IP address right into your web browser, and there you go. You are seeing the dashboard now for the MiniDoge 2, the latest generation of Doge mining from Goldshell. Now, unless you want to see it in Chinese, change it over to English. And now I can see that I have my information here about the miner, the pool settings. So all we really have to do is come into the miner, the pool settings. By default, they often have a default pool set up there, but we don't want to be mining into their pool because that's going to be going into their wallet. It's actually not even connected. Normally, they would be green when they are connected. But what I would have to do from here is I would have to just go to unlock, and the unlock default password would be 123456789, as it shows, unless you want to change it. Once the miner is unlocked, it's really easy for me to just come over to add. Click on the add button, and you see there's some default pools laid out here, but there's no NICEHAsh. Sure, I know I can mine Doge off of any of these other pools and even a bunch more, but today I really want to give a first-hand testing to NICEHAsh. So what I'm actually going to be doing is for NICEHAsh, they actually offer a stratum generator. And this is where you would go normally if you wanted to connect directly to a mining pool. Maybe you wanted to do it from Hive OS. Maybe you wanted to do it from your other ASICs. But you could come to the NICEHAsh stratum generator, and I'll put a link down below, and then you just put in the algorithm that you want to mine. In this case, we're going to be mining script algorithm, which is what's used for Dogecoin, Litecoin, and a bunch of other coins. And you can see right here, there's the Stratum plus TCP and Stratum plus SSL. I'm only interested in the Stratum plus TCP. So let me just grab this part of it, Stratum plus TCP. Gonna copy it, go back to the miner. And for the URL, I am just going to put in the URL here, which is the NICEHAsh Stratum. Now for the miner name, this is actually going to be my miner wallet address that I'm using in NICEHAsh. So I would come into NICEHAsh and I would go into Rig Manager. And you see this mining address there. You click on the mining address and voila, there's your mining address. I'm going to copy that, Let me come back to the miner, and I'm just going to put in that wallet address, and I'm going to call this Doge 2. And actually, let's make it MiniDoge 2, because it's a MiniDoge 2 miner. And password, I believe, by default is X. We're going to click apply, and you're going to see the new pool entry is in here. And while we're unlocked, we can actually drag these. So if I want this to be the top one, this is going to be the default. Let me raise it up. There we go. And you can see once it turns green, that means it's actually connecting to the mining pool. And we should start seeing some hash rate up. There we go. So we are green. That means we should be connected right now into NiceHash. And I could flip over to the home screen, and I should start seeing some. There we go. We see some mega hash coming in already. Let me just zoom out a little bit so you can see it better. But we see there's some hash rate coming in here, and we are connected to NiceHash. And some other configurable parameters too. If you look on the mining page, besides the pool settings, you could also go between hash rate mode and the low power mode. Low power mode is actually more efficient. So although you're not mining as much coin, given this is a bear market and profitability is kind of marginal, you may want to set it to low power mode because you'll actually be running more efficient and overall more profitable, I guess, if you consider how much revenue you're going to be getting for your mining. And there's no other algorithms this miner supports besides scripts, so you can't make any selections there. But once this is set, we are up and going. That's it. There is no special overclocking and stuff like that to do with this miner. There is some other advanced features, and I'll be showing you that in another video though too. But I just kind of wanted to show you how to get this miner up and going. Let's go over to NiceHash, and let's see if we're seeing this miner now. Oh, there we go. MiniDoge 2, it's showing up here as an unmanaged miner. That's because it's not being run directly by the NiceHash tool. But woohoo! First time I'm seeing a MiniDoge miner now recognized within NiceHash. And I think this is fantastic. So I'm going to let this run for a little bit, and I'm going to watch to see. We're going to get some accepted hash over time, and let's get an idea of the performance. Let me see if I can see any information on it yet. It's just starting up, so not really, no data to show yet. It's just starting. I could see not even telling me how many accepted or rejected shares. But if I come back to the Doge screen, let's go to the home page, and we can see there is hash rate here, and it's currently saying it's about 409 mega hash. So it's 411. I guess it's right on target. But this is great because now I am successfully mining Dogecoin and Litecoin or other script algorithms right within NiceHash. So if you're a NiceHash user, this is definitely a big plus because you don't have to hassle to worry about are you going to be exchanging your Litecoin, your Dogecoin, or any of the other coins because you're going to be paid in Bitcoin. I've let this miner run for over a day now, and although it stayed connected, my mining results seem pretty low, pretty poor. And I can see that according to NiceHash, it's saying it would be paying me only about 73 cents a day. And this miner should be doing about $1.10 a day. If I take a quick look over at ASIC miner value, the gross revenue should be about $1.10. So I'm off about a third. I also noticed too, just some things as an experienced NiceHash user, you can see definitely some jaggedness too on the slopes of this. And you can see the way it's oscillating up and down very, very abruptly. It's almost like it's connecting and disconnecting. That's just my assumption though too for it. And the payouts overall seem lower too. Look at this. So for the past day, I would only be making about 72 cents a day for this miner. So it's down about a third. A little bit more research too. I'm seeing that I'm getting the same jaggedness is showing on the Goldshell, the miner screen. Normally you'd see these smooth slopes up and down. This is quite abrupt, and I'm not really too happy with the performance on this. And if I'm jumping over to Rig Manager, you may see too. Rig Manager, oh yeah, it's right there. You could see this. It looks just like a sawtooth up and down, very, very jagged. And you can see the accepted speed is going up and down too. So it seems almost like the way it is right now, the NiceHash, we're connecting to NiceHash, but it's not keeping that speed up and being realized. I'm only showing 223 mega hash. So I actually reached out over to the team at NiceHash, and they gave me some suggestions for some additional parameters I can be adding to the mining pool on the miner itself. Let's go test that out and see if we can get some better mining results. To try to improve my NiceHash mining experience with this new MiniDoge miner, I've tried adding the hashtag XN subparameter. I've tried adding it in uppercase and lowercase, but in both cases I had the same result of not being able to connect successfully with this MiniDoge 2 miner. I have a ticket opened up with NiceHash as well as Goldshell, and maybe they have some workaround or some other firmware update. And information too on the XN subparameter is available on the web. If you look under the NICEHASH blog, it helps the miner stay connected more when it's actually changing between different orders. And hopefully this would smooth out some of the mining transition and give me a higher hash rate. Because who wants to mine with a miner if you're only going to get 2/3 of the expected hash rate? Although I'm really happy I was able to get my MiniDoge 2 miner running in NiceHash and stay up successfully, I'm pretty disappointed by the lower hash rate as well as low revenue performance on it. And hopefully we'll get some resolution on this fast. But in the meantime, I switched over to DXPool, and boy, the miner just kind of jumped alive, getting much higher hash rates. Currently, the miner is showing me 433, but looking at the pool on DXPool, I'm seeing 457 mega hash and 462 for the past hour, although it's just a short duration. And I would love to see these type of numbers coming out of NiceHash. I actually reached out to the team over at Goldshell to see, because the firmware that's available on this miner is version 2.2.1. There's newer versions of the firmware for the MiniDoge and the MiniDoge Pro miners that don't work yet with this miner. So hopefully they'll have some newer firmware update released. But if I learn of any resolution of this, I'll definitely be posting an update. But if you have a MiniDoge or a MiniDoge Pro miner and you're using a later version of the firmware, and if you've tested this, I would love to know. So definitely drop a comment down below. But overall, I'm really happy to see these mining results, and it's great to be able to see this much higher hash rate out of a miner like this. So for now, I'm going to leave my miner over on DXPool because I'm getting much more stability as well as a higher hash rate. This miner is actually rocking it. Look at that, 544 mega hash and almost 500 mega hash for the last hour alone. So it's actually overachieving, and I'm getting a much more stable and consistent hash rate out of it, which will give me a higher yield. But I'm really looking forward to getting some more resolution between Goldshell and NiceHash. It's great to be able to connect them together, but I really want that optimal hash rate and optimal revenue. And I'll definitely be posting any updates I learn about it. So what do you guys think about this new MiniDoge 2 miner? I know they're only marginally profitable, but if we see coins like LITECOIN and Dogecoin take off, the price of these miners may go up. But at the same time too, this is not financial advice, it could go down. What are your thoughts? Because there's something about Dogecoin, it's like a magnet and people are just drawn to it. And I'm actually loving it. To be honest, this is actually my first MiniDoge miner. I have some USB sticks for mining Litecoin, Dogecoin, as well as I have the L3 Pluses. But my very first MiniDoge 2. So thank you again, team over at Coin Mining Central. I'd love to know your thoughts about this miner. So definitely drop a comment down below. Until next time, stay safe. I'll see you on the next video.